education continues to grow and change, much like a garden. Through an experience of both music and images, I will be revealing the beliefs and traditions of the educational theories. The conservative tradition. A garden is always a series of losses, set against a few triumphs, like life itself. May Sarton. Traditional gardens, like the gardens of Versailles, were all about appearance. Gardens were designed to project the wealth and power of the majesty, both to their subjects as well as to the other leaders in the world. These gardens were created with highly manicured plants, marble fountains, and statues formed by some of the best artists in the world. Take a look at these gardens. Notice how formal they are. Notice the straight lines and the symmetry. These gardens can easily represent the conservative tradition within education, which argues for a set curriculum covering the material one ought to know. The conservative tradition is like the most famous and traditional of gardens, the ones that are a bit more formal, that everyone recognizes in pictures, the ones you should know. These are the gardens of Versailles, the Imperial Palace in Japan, Monet's garden, Buckingham Palace, the tulips in the Netherlands. These are the gardens that follow the rules. The music you are listening to is also a classic. It is Vivaldi's Spring Concerto. This concerto is one of Vivaldi's best-known works and represents a signature piece of classical music. Someone, in this case me, because I am the creator of this curriculum, has pre-selected these as being the right ones to study. In the same way, the curriculum of the conservative tradition was pre-selected, a set of lessons to be understood by all educated people. Yet a new tradition was forming, the progressive tradition, asking the questions, whose curriculum, whose rules, who is determining what will be taught?
The little boy went first day of school. He got some crayons and he started to draw. He put colors all over the paper, for colors was what he saw. And the teacher said, "What you doing, young man?" "I'm painting flowers," he said. She said, "It's not the time for art, young man. And anyway, flowers are green and red. There's a time for everything, young man, and the way it should be done. You've got to show concern for everyone else, for you're not the only one." And she said, "Flowers are red, young man, and green leaves are green. There's no need to see flowers any other way than the way they always have been seen." But the little boy said, "There are so many colors in the rainbow, so many colors in the morning sun, so many colors in a flower, and I see everyone."
Gardens began to change. Gone was the formal look and feel. Instead, gardens moved from traditional lines to take on the culture of the area. Xeriscaping took advantage of drier climates. Sculpture gardens began to appear. No longer were sculptures serious pieces. Instead, they took on a sense of whimsy. Like the changes that became apparent in gardening, the views of education were changing as well. In Horace's School by Theodore Sizer, the beliefs about curriculum are clearly stated. We believe that the curriculum can no longer be viewed as what is to be covered and what the students should show us that they know by simple recall. We must expect more. The students must be able to use this knowledge to acquire the habit of its thoughtful use. We do not sneer at the well-informed. However, we emphasize that our culture and our times demand more of students, that they be well-informed, and expect school, in all its aspects, to define and set such a standard. Curricula were changing to incorporate more of the student into the lessons. The focus moved to thinking, learning, communicating. The progressive tradition valued how ideas fit together, as opposed to simply the ideas themselves. For Vivian Paley, the classroom changed as students were no longer vessels to be filled, but actors on a stage. Paley argues, the classroom has all the elements of theater, and the observant, self-examining teacher will not need a drama critic to uncover character, plot, and meaning. We are, all of us, the actors trying to find the meanings of the scenes in which we find ourselves.
Why did the little girls grow crooked while the little boys grew tall? The boys were taught to tumble and the girls told not to fall. The girls answered the telephones, the boys answered the calls. That's why little girls grew crooked while the little boys grew tall. Why did the little girls grow crippled while the little boys grew strong? The boys allowed to come of age, the girls just come along. The girls were told sing harmonies while the boys could all sing songs. That's where little girls grew crippled while the little boys grew strong. Why did the little girls come broken while the little boys came whole? And the little boys all were set aflame and the girls told fan the coals. The boys were told to be themselves, the girls were told play roles. That's where little girls came broken while the little boys came whole. Why were the little girls made frightened to be just what they are? The boys were told to ask themselves how high, how far. The girls were told to reach the shelves while the boys were...
There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes his home. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn. Hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle, go light your world. Frustrated, but see let's raise our candles, light up the sky.